I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Uh, uh, Now I know some people are looking at the thumbnail of my main channel, and uh, it's a play on words. Don't think too deep with the thumbnail. The thumbnail is from the Friday 13th Part 4, the final chapter, and I'm going to talk about what it would look like with the what would it look like in my mind, right? Super Slot 75 made a video, a live stream back in September of last year, almost a year ago, about 11 months ago, wherein he was talking about the California law. And before I go there, right, before I go there, let me do this real quick. Before I go there, let me address something too, because it has something to do with last night, right? And it's something done that was said on my live stream. And some people really don't listen to me. Well, Big J, how come you never, you don't, like, it's like y'all don't pay attention to what I said. Now, last night, and this live stream is on members only. DJ, which doctors? Um, yeah, what's going on with my screen yard? Anyway, that's messing up. My screen yard's messing up. Uh, the thing is, um, it's a lot worse than was advertised. So with that, I apologize to DJ Wish Doctor, and I extend my sympathy to LA Project, because I saw what they was referring to is a lot worse than people on YouTube was making out to be. So I was over there last night and I saw what I saw. Good morning to you, Queen Sun Kiss. So yeah, I saw what I saw, heard what I heard. It's a lot worse than a lot of y'all, and that's why I had to take back my words and be a man for once. Unlike most of y'all over here, I apologize. I really did. But going past that, right? Which brings me to this right here. Um, you know, since we having this storyline, I did a live stream on this. Uh, responding to Super Slide when Super Slide talk about this California bill, Senate Bill 771. I, for one, want that bill to pass, because what happened right there, if this bill would have passed, that bullshit that we had to experience ever since April of this year would even occur. It would have been stopped right then and there. See, y'all say, Big J, you only yell at, somebody say, Big J, you only yell at these guys, you don't offer solutions. Well, I gave y'all a solution right here. It really frustrates me how y'all don't listen to what I actually said, what needs to happen. What would it look like? What would the final chapter of all this foolishness would actually look like? To stop the foolishness. Accusing people of this, stopping the stalking, harassment, great, accusing people of doing some, being a predator, quote unquote. No, you got to prove that. You can't just go around YouTube saying that and then having other people to jump on up on it. No, it's going to end right then and there. You'll be civically liable for what you say and do to other people online. That's what the final chapter would be. And when I was talking to DJ Witch Doctor last night, this brings me right back to this California Senate bill that Super Slide 75 was referring about, because Super Slide 75 was targeted by those niggas down the street. Now, one of those niggas down the street was on my channel a couple days ago. Don't know when to stop. Don't know when to quit. And hopefully it will end. You know. Hopefully it would end the bullshit. And can anybody hear me? Because I know StreamYards is messing up. It was messing up last night. Everybody else was saying it was messing up. So anyway, it would end the foolishness. And, and some people don't get the point. Uh, how the What would it look like if you get boys how to destroy the manosphere and how to destroy the black women empowerment, uh, the BWE, how to get rid of them? You have to sit there and do and actually create policy, so to make men. First of all, you have to make these men to feel fulfilled. These young men need to be made fulfilled in their lives. A lot of these people who gravitate towards the manosphere space are unfulfilled, and it's better now. Okay, good. Um, you know, and to do it, you're going to have to reintroduce a policy that was gone around 1954. A lot of men today, um, including my own me being a millennial, a lot of us are not feeling fulfilled because of certain limitations that's been uh, limitation in certain circumstances of life, and because of that, and because of the lack of upward mobility, some of us are in a funk. I believe that if we reintroduce some of the New Deal policies, like the work progress program, um, actually to put young men to work, um, in a meaningful way, and that's part of the reason. That's why some of the men are not boys not going to college. So that would fill in the gap for high income jobs without needing a college degree. Or like when President Eisenhower did the race. I know people talking about the highway uh, program of 1954, even though that was racist, and I have been affected by that. My family, I should say, have been affected by that. Wrote Eisenhower's President Eisenhower's highway program, um, where young men was hired and they created a highway system. And I wouldn't want to go deep in this, but crime actually went down. Juvenile delinquency actually went down during that time period. And today we have this toxicity among young men. If we create these, reintroduce these policies that Ronald Reagan has destroyed, and also Richard Nixon had destroyed, if we reintroduce these policies, I think that young men, would feel fulfilled in their life. I said feel fulfilled, not sex, not chasing women. If a man feel fulfilled, he would not gravitate towards the manosphere. And thus the BWE with its misandry wouldn't exist either. Um, I think if you highlight the education system, um, bring back educational programs, let have these young men. Um, I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but people don't listen what the fuck I have to say about the solution of the problem. And it's sad that some people on my channel actually tell me, "Bitch, you don't say it." How many times we had this conversation? I've been saying this for years, and y'all was on my panel when I'm saying it. But I'm gonna say it again. What needs to happen, and what Super Sly was advocating needs. I want social media companies be responsible for allowing the foolishness. That was a real life incident. Uh, you got a woman over here. You got two women in this space calling people predators and shit, and slandering people. No, it needs to stop. You got men out here, to touching on little girls and harassing women, and no, it needs to stop. That's what needs to happen. You know that. So yeah, that's all I gotta say on it. Um, I could go more. I could go more into that, but I think this video will fall on the deaf ears because nobody is not serious about what I'm saying. You know, I'm more interested in cracking heads at this point because it's frustrating. So, Shicey Bump, if somebody falsely called you one, it would affect you, wouldn't it? But then again, you're not a man, so nobody's falsely accusing you as being one. You know, and it kind of remind me. This. Let me go back. Let me go back to the subject because I meant to include this. I remember when Cynthia G uh, created that story, create her series, "Who Choose Better," where she encouraged her fans to look at pictures of interracial couples in the privacy of their home, so she can roast them. Even back then, I said, well, she needs to be sued behind that. You having your fans come up in people's private homes and take pictures of interracial couples and go into parking lots of Walmart and Dollar Generals, and dollar stores. You know that's a form of harassment. In fact, I wrote a legal brief against her, but that's not, never mind. I just, I filed that away somewhere because I'm not playing. You don't encourage harassment of people just because they're not dating someone who you like. So, um, but like I said, though, I went over there. And then though, I hope this is the final chapter of that issue. Even though even though I was on that panel, it was disturbing because the nigga didn't know when didn't know when to quit in that private chat. So, hopefully this is the final chapter of this. Um, I didn't know the full story. That's why I apologize. Um, and yeah. So anyway, let me get off of here. I said enough. Not in somebody's home. Not in somebody's home. Let me repeat that again. Not in somebody's home. Anyway, let me get off of here. I said enough. Um, Girl, that's what should happen. Education should be pushed. where or screen yards. That's what needs to happen. Skilled labor or push education, one or the two. You got to make you got to make things right. That's why I said though, black men are not problem solvers, and 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 when every time when I put something out there, nobody want to listen to what the fuck I got to say. I wrote a whole black agenda a few years ago. Do any of y'all support that? Nope. Only white people was supporting my black agenda. I find that very ironic. But y'all, all that y'all want to do is gender war, gender bang, uh, race bait, and race warring. That's all y'all want to do. Because a bunch of y'all are a bunch of insecure people. And in fact, I view y'all in the way. Because the only thing's happening, we're giving Mr. Fantastic and uh, Jay Prince the ability to be on Fox News. They need to be stopped from being on Fox News. So and spreading poison. But anyway, let me get off of here. I said enough, man. You know, um, so I'm out. Y'all have a good.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.